Hello, it's me again. And finally I got to make this video about the second and the third episode of Sangatsu no Line. And it was amazing. It was so beautiful. I just want to cry. Well, yeah, I got some teary eyes in the third episode, but let's ignore it for now. As I said, it was so beautiful. The presentation of the characters, of the mood, of the emotions, it was so spot on. And even though there's drama, and often we have this melodramatic stuff with a forced happy ending, hey, we will get the happy ending no matter what. And yes, every once in a while I enjoy these kinds of story, but this one is so down to earth, so relatable, so natural. It's just beautiful and I love it. And yeah, I seriously have to start reading the manga someday. But now we are going to talk about the anime. And Chef is doing such a good job with directing it, presenting it. So it's oh my god, it's so good. Seriously. I freakingly love it. In the second episode, I have to jump back to the second one. Well, telling stuff in order while making these videos, it's not really my strong point, because I always jump back and forth, and well, I personally enjoy it, so yes, please deal with it. And also, we got a bit more of the shogi parts, but it's less about it as a sport, about how someone wins and the tactics and all this stuff. So I really, really like it that this is just used. It's just a tool to give us this beautiful story, is what I think. So yes. And in the second episode, we got a good bunch of scenes with the oldest sister of the three girls and the grandpa. And Akari is a really, really charming, mature, soft person. But she keeps her, I wouldn't exactly say it's the childish side, but the way she teases Rei into doing stuff, like when she invites him over for dinner and he doesn't really want to, and then she's tricking him so he's just following around. And I really, really like this because it's nice to see her this way. And when she's at work as the hostess in the bar, she has this mature and leading kind of personality. How she's caring for the guests, especially when she encountered Rei in the past when he was drunk. So she cared for him, she took him with her. And yes, this is what I really, really liked about it, because she's just this caring, motherly figure, even though she's not a mother. She's just the oldest of the three sisters. And yet she is basically forced into her role, which is kinda sad, because she has to care for the two younger sisters, and the work. So I can clearly see that she had to sacrifice quite a lot from her own. But on the other hand, you can also see that she's just doing it because she loves her siblings. So it's a huge plus for me, because these older sister characters, they are quite nice, and I really, really hope we will see more of it. And not only that side, but also how she's bottling emotions inside her. She's keeping them hidden. So I really hope we will see them in the future. And basically, with her mother being dead and she's taking over the position of the mother, and also with the grandfather and the grandchildren, especially the youngest one, it's just so freakishly cute. How he's going around, she's annoying when he's at the store, but then you can see how he's going full doting grandparent with a fluffy air pink love for a granddaughter. It's just so cute. And it's also so spot on if you often see grandparents and the grandchildren together. So I really, really like this. Not just because it's cute, because it's so accurate. It's spot on, and I often see this kind of stuff happening in real life. The grandparents going full fluffy and lovely to the grandchildren, and it's just so cute. I can't really express it, because it just gives you this warm feeling in your chest, around your heart region, and you're just going, oh, so cute. And then we go to the third episode. At first, there's this shogi match with Reis. Well, he said he's a friend, but he's also a rival. And he is putting on a strong front, but it is so obvious that he's ill. He has some kind of sickness. And I can also see that we may get some drama around this, or maybe not. Personally, I wouldn't really care about if we will get a lot of focus on this one, but it would be quite nice if we would get some hints and some off-screen dealings with it. So you know how often drama is resolved just with the interference of a main character. And we just have to get it every once in a while with the hints that there's something happening in the background, and we will just get these hints, these spots, these flashes of it, and I would be fine with it. It would be enough for me. And after this part with a shogi match, which Rei won, kinda obviously, but well, let's put this aside, because the shogi is, like I've said, just a tool for this show. They could basically also use a card game, or normal chess, or I don't know, some other sports or board games, and it would basically be the same. And like I've said, after this, Rei went to the family, he's often with the three sisters and the grandfather. And since it is the Obon time, there was the scenes with seeing of the ghosts of the dead who were close to you, basically the mother, the grandmother. I'm not really familiar with this one, but it was a really, really nice scene. You can see how he was there and how they tried to kinda wait with seeing the others off. And it was really, I wouldn't say exactly that it was heavy, but the emotions were really, really tight in this one. They were strong, they were tightly packed, and it's hard to take. Okay, maybe it's just me because I'm weak to these good drama. So, yes, but as I said, we got this that they were seeing them off, the grandfather, the three sisters, and I'm not sure if it was incense, but this light fire with a really delicate smoke that was rising. It was a beautiful scene. And personally, I really, really think that this alone was a good mood. And then there came Hinata, the middle, or the second oldest, or the second youngest of the three sisters, said that she's going to the convenience store, buying a manga. Obviously, even though I knew, or no, let me rephrase this, it's more like she couldn't take it, she had to let her emotions out. So it was so obvious, but it's just a good move, because she's also bottled them up, she's locked them inside, and it's hard to take it all in and keep it inside. So on this note, I'm really wondering how long Akari can keep up with it. And yeah, Hinata went to the, let's say, convenience store, and the grandfather said today that he should follow her, which he did. And there you see how she didn't went to the store, but to the river. And there she started crying and sobbing and crying out for her mother. And you can see that it was really, really hard for her that she has lost her mother and that she just has to lock up her emotions for this. Not locking up or hiding it or erasing them like Ray is doing it, but she's keeping it to herself because there is Momo and she is so young and she has really, really trouble to keep it with her show. So not for worrying her the others or to put another burden on Akari and the others, she's trying to keep it to herself, and yeah, she couldn't do it anymore. And Ray couldn't even say anything. He was just standing there next to her and was just listening to her, looking at the night scenery. So it was a really touching scene and I've enjoyed it so much. Because it's relatable, it's so down to earth, and it's really hard to not be moved by this. And we also got more hints or a better look at how Ray is feeling about his dead parents, how he has basically erased the feelings to move forward, and he's keep trying to forgetting him, or he tried to forget them in the past. So I'm really curious if he will face this problem, because I don't think it's actually a good and healthy way to do it. It may work for now, but in the long term, it's not really good. So I'm really curious to see if we will get more on this front, and especially also on the siblings, because all of them are really, really lovely, and you just have to like them. And then I really hope that there will be more around it. Not only this, but also Ray's foster parents or the foster family he was with. And I'm really curious and looking forward to it. And with this, it was from me. I haven't watched the 4th episode yet, but I will do it. And also will talk about it. In that case, see you later. Adios.